Hey guys, this is Josh with Ace Appliance, and today I have got an Amana washer and electric dryer set, and I've got it hooked up right now running a load, and we've got it set to deep water wash on warm to regular for the cycle. Now you've got a few different options here, just kind of run you through that real quick. You've got auto sensing with an extra rinse, then you have just standard auto sensing. This is going to use less water. These are going to use full submersion, which I'll show you here in a sec. So it's kind of like the traditional machines where it fills all the way up with water. And then you have that same option with an extra rinse. You have 5 temperature settings here. And then over here, so what's going to designate heavy and normal, or excuse me, regular, or let's see, bulky items, is how it agitates, how long it agitates. That's going to be the difference, because your water is controlled over here. So once you go with regular, it's going to agitate for so long. If you go with heavy, it's going to agitate quite a bit longer. So something to keep in mind, but that's the difference between the two here. Then you have a delicate items where it's going to do very light, very slow agitation. And right now it's switched over to the wash cycle, so it's done filling up. And I'm going to lift the lid up, show you that it's getting started agitating, doing an excellent job. Vortexing those clothes in around the fins on the actual agitator, and down on the bottom there's fins along the bottom plate. So it's vortexing and cleaning those clothes as it goes along. Doing an excellent job. You can see everything is nice and clean. And you might notice this little switch here. So this is an extra one of these. That way I can pop it in here and we can see what's going on. And the machine thinks that the lid is closed and it can lock once it gets into the spin portion. So I'm going to let this move through the wash cycle. I'll come back on the rinse cycle when it drains the water out and show you that drain's working perfect, getting the water out of there nice and fast. And then it's going to fill back up. It'll agitate with clean water for the rinse cycle. Then we'll be on to the final spin, which I'll come back for and show you that it is super fast, nice, quiet, sounds great. Once it's all done, we'll move the clothes over to the dryer and show you that the dryer works perfectly. Okay, we're back and it's moving out of the wash cycle, draining the water out. You can hear it draining nice and fast on that drain there. And what it'll do from here, it'll spin to extract that soapy water out. Then it's going to fill up with fresh, clean water for the rinse cycle. Then once again, it'll drain out. And we'll be back then for the final spin cycle, which is what I'm going to come back for next. All right, we are back on the final spin cycle. And I'm going to be able, like I said, once again, I can lift this up because of that little lid lock bypass, but there you go. See it spinning nice and fast. Smooth operation, perfectly balanced that heavy towel load. As you can see here, sounds great. So I'll let that finish up and move the clothes over and show you the dryer next. All right, now that load is done there. You can see nice cleaned out there in the washer. Close that up. We'll come over here to the electric dryer. Now I'm just going to set this on time dry, which is a high heat setting. You've also got air dry, which is a no heat setting. Super delicate items you could put on that one. Low heat automatic dry, so whichever one of these you feel is appropriate. Then you also have automatic dry in a high heat setting, so this is kind of like the opposite here. You could put it on more dry, a load of towels, you know, something like that, and it would take care of sensing it. And then you have wrinkle prevent over here, which is pretty cool. It will continue to go in, I think it's 5 or 10 minute intervals, where it'll stop for a bit, and then it'll go, stop, go, and that gives you some extra time to get back to your load and get it folded up before you have the wrinkles set in. So here we go. We push this button. It's up and running. You can see nice smooth operation. Sounds great. It'll actually be a little bit quieter once you get the vent hose on the back. And I'm going to show you here in a sec. I'm going to give it just a minute to warm up, but I'm going to show you that it is in fact heating like it's supposed to, and the clothes are tumbling. This is a surface temperature gun, and it measures how hot or cold, whatever you shine it on, is. So it's about 82 degrees on top of this dryer here. If I shine that down on the concrete floor, you can see it's about 79 down there. So we'll go ahead and open this up. You can see everything's tumbling like it's supposed to. Now it's not going to be very warm yet, but you'll be able to see plenty of heat coming out of that tube right there. And that is, so your heating element's back behind here. Your heat comes up and out this tube, so that's why it gets so hot in this little grate. But the inside of your dryer, it'll only get up to about 95 to 195, just depending on how long it's been running and what you have that heat setting up there I was showing you. Whatever you have that set to. Then the air moves through your dryer out, which is where the lint trap is going to catch any lint as that air makes its way down and out the back. Here's where you have that lint trap, just want to make sure that gets changed out before every single load. And that's it. Now you know both of these are working perfect in like new condition. So you can pick these up. I'm going to have an excellent deal on them. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out. And I do appreciate you taking the time to watch my video today. Thanks, you guys have a great day.